Hi, it's Danielle. This is my perfume journal where I document my love of perfume. So, 2026 is the year of fewer full bottles and more samples, more exploration, more discovery. So, I have a couple videos coming up for you in the next week of perfumes that I have been sampling lately. I have been sniffing affordable perfumes, celebrity perfumes, designer perfumes, niche perfumes, independent perfumes, you name it, I am sniffing it. Okay, so let's start out strong with some classic niche. This is Santal Blanc from Serge Lutens, released in 2001 when Serge Lutens and Christopher Sheldrake were making some of the best stuff of the last 25 years. And so among the Serge Lutens collection or line, you have perfumes like this one, modern classics that are super complex but also very easy to wear. This is a soft, lovely, clean sandalwood with some really nice aromatic spiciness. There's some cinnamon and some fenugreek in this. This is not, to me, worlds away from a perfume in my own collection called Peau de Soie. It is a lesser known aromatic woody musk by Dominique Ropillon, created for the architect and designer Philippe Starck. And so, where that perfume feels a little more translucent and almost cold to me, Santal Blanc is warmer and it's a little bit more balsamic, but just like only slightly because the light, clean woodiness and the aromatic fenugreek, those are the notes that really stand out to me the most. So, to me, this is a woody perfume that I think would work really, really well in the summer. Again, the sandalwood feels very clean to me, and the spices, they just never overwhelm. This was an absolute winner of a sample. Okay, so next is a nice affordable one, and it is Missoni in the Eau de Toilette concentration. I picked this sample up for I think like under $2, my favorite price for a sample, less than a cup of coffee, but with a lot more reward. So this is a 2016 perfume, and this is by Quentin Biche. And again, this is why we do not do snobbery on this channel, because we all know that everybody is going nuts for Biche these days in the niche world. But before there was Amouage, there was Missoni. Guidance, hundreds of bucks. Missoni, $32. Very different perfumes though. Same perfumer, but different perfumes. So anyway, Missoni EDT is a nice, fresh, musky, very, very musky, fruity floral. It has some bright nashi pear. It has blood orange. There's some really nice airy florals. There's peony, freesia. There's a light pink feeling rose. And then a super duper musky ISO-E supery base. And the base also has heliotrope, which gives a little bit of a Play-Doh quality to the muskiness, and I really love that. There's nothing groundbreaking here, but this is just a nice, fresh, fruity, musky floral that I don't think we hear a lot about. And for me, the standout part of this perfume is in the dry down. With that Play-Doh-y muskiness, I thought that was great. This perfume didn't last more than a few hours on me, and so if I were thinking about what would be the perfect amount of this perfume, I would take 30 mils of this gladly and blow through it for a fun, short-term, musky, fruity floral reach. Okay, next we have Mont La Jolie from Astier de Villatte. I have had this sample for quite a while, and I decided to revisit it after smelling and loving the gorgeous Les Nuits from this brand. So this perfume has, to me, one of the very best openings of any perfume I think I have ever smelled. It is so ridiculously good, it actually gave me goosebumps. This perfume opens so fresh, so green, so minty, and so natural smelling. It's like green fig, mint, 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 so much mint. I almost actually also smell cucumber in the opening, although that isn't a listed note. There is basil, this fresh, wonderful basil note, and lemon. Oh my gosh, that basil note is divine. Like I could spray this perfume into the air 1,000 times a day and never get tired of it. It is like walking through the most beautiful, bountiful herb garden on a cool, breezy day. It is so wonderful, the opening. So then, after an hour or so, a weird thing started to happen. The whole composition turned mildewy on me, and I was like, oh no, what's happening? Is this perfume jumping the shark on me already? But then Mont La Jolie was like, surprise, we're back, we're better than ever. You thought we were washed up, but it's time for the reunion tour. And it finishes up as the fresh and green and beautiful scent that I got in the opening, but with like a little bit of an earthy spiciness to it. Sort of like, you know, the way fresh herbs smell after they've started to wilt only slightly, like that. It is an amazing perfume. I am totally smitten with it. I'm going to wear this a few more times to decide if this might need to be a future purchase. I have been looking for a perfume with a mint note, but this brand is definitely a save up to buy kind of thing. It's a pricey brand, but the two perfumes that I've tried from them so far indicating that this might be one of those cost is worth it kind of houses. Okay, moving into the designer world, I wear tested La Belle Vanille Nude. And I'm going to say this in a very loving and respectful way because I am a mall rat. I was a mall kid. I cut my teeth on what were at the time mall perfumes. And again, because we don't do perfume snobbery here, you will never hear me dissing a mall perfume, but this is a mall perfume and in a really good way. Because to me, a mall perfume has this perfumey quality that I associate mostly with like designer perfumes. They are perfumes that are intended to be very mass appealing, to sell in large quantities, to be offered at a price point that doesn't fit into like the cheapy category because these are likely to be someone's signature scent or maybe like part of a small collection of signature scents. And I love those perfumes. They are the workhorses, the dependable ones, the friends who are going to show up at your house in their PJs with a pint of Ben and Jerry's when you want to have a movie night hang. You can always, always count on these perfumes to be good to you. And this one, La Belle Vanille Nude, this is a lovely perfume. It's floral, it's sweet, it's perfumey, it has jasmine, vanilla, musk, sandalwood, and it's all done so nicely by the dynamic duo Dominique Ropion and Anne Filippo. When they collaborate, it is magical. So this takes the original and much, much loved La Belle, and it puts like a silk veil over it. It feels both shimmery and fluffy at the same time. And I really love trying this. Okay, now we have a perfume that did not work for me, and this is Mure et Musc from L'Artisan Parfumeur. 4 perfumers worked on this perfume, and one of them was Jean-Claude Ellena, so that had me super hopeful, as did the notes. Lavender, lemon, orange, basil, blackberry, jasmine, musk, oak moss, patchouli. That sounded so wonderful to me. But this perfume smelled like my grandmother's breath when she was in her 90s. Now, I loved my grandmother. She was the most amazing family matriarch anyone could hope for. She didn't have bad breath. It just smelled like old breath. And this perfume smells like old breath to me. And that is all I can really say about it. Okay, can you believe that this is the first time I have properly sampled the original Chance from Chanel? Chance Au Tendre was my signature scent for many years after I got a promotion at work, and I decided to treat myself to a fancy bottle of perfume. And I am sure that when I chose that perfume, I did smell the original Chance. As I was deciding, I remember like standing at the Chanel counter for what felt like ages, going back and forth between the options. But I don't have a strong recollection of the scent of Chanel Chance. So this sample came as a freebie when my husband bought me number 5 Eau Premiere for Christmas, and I am now just getting around to smelling it. And this is fabulous. The pineapple note is so good. It is not like realistic sweet juicy pineapple, but more of like the essence of pineapple, the whole pineapple. You get that prickly outer rind, you get the pulpy fruit, and you also get that spiky green top. It is the standout note of this perfume for me. Then you get that pepperiness, you get lots and lots of citrus, like mixed citrus, not any one particular citrus, but like a blend of citruses. And then the florals also feel like they've been whizzed through a blender. They're purple and white and yellow, and you get the stems and all. And then this wonderful dry base to balance out all of that dewiness and moisture of the fruits and the florals. Jacques Polge, man, he knows he knows his way around a perfume formula. Like, no wonder this is such a classic. It is super classy, it is elegant, but it doesn't feel fussy to me. And I'm so glad I got this sample and really gave Chanel Chance a proper wear. Okay, so the last perfume for this video is from the Voyage Imaginaire Discovery set I won in a giveaway, and it is Tea and Rock and Roll. So this brand I've mentioned before is the partnership between Camille Goutal, who is Annick Goutal's daughter, and the longtime Goutal perfumer Isabelle Doyen. And this brand focuses on natural materials of very high quality. And this is a perfume for the tea lovers. It is bergamot, mate, lime, tonka, and leather, but the leather isn't heavy at all. And what I get mostly from this perfume is that vegetal green quality of the mate tea. I get the tang of the lime and a little bit of powderiness from the tonka. So the perfume overall feels cold and fresh, but somehow also cozy at the same time. The balance of those two feelings is so wonderful. And I read a lot of reviews that said that this perfume didn't last, but it lasted a long time on me. It lasted at least 6 hours. And I just really like what this brand is doing. The quality of their perfumes is so high. So that's it for the first installment of the perfumes I have been sampling in May. A variety of perfumes, a variety of fragrances that I hope you enjoyed hearing about today. And I would love to hear what you've been sampling. I always write your recommendations down in my journal. So thank you for always sharing them with me. And thanks for watching. Thanks for spending your time here with me. And thanks for chatting perfumes with me in the comments. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.